Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, October 25th, and this is our Facebook Live. So I wanted to start tonight by doing a wrap up of the month of October. So I want to go over some of the specials that I'm offering and what's going on, and then we'll get into making some really, really cute Halloween treats. So first thing I want to talk about is we have just a few days less than a week of the starter kit special. And this is really the best deal with Stampin' Up! Right now. You can either get 35% off of your starter kit, or you can get 35% more product with your starter kit. So what that boils down to is you get to pick which products are in your starter kit, and you can get $125 worth of product, anything that you pick, and get 35% off of that, which is $64.35. Or if you choose the other option, you can get more products, so you can get $168.75 worth of product, and you're only going to pay $99 with that. And there is no shipping on that. You just pay the tax if there's tax in your area. I've had people join from all over the US, and I put my join link up in the description. So if this is something you're interested in, you've got until October 31st to take advantage of it. All right, the next thing I want to go over, and as you come in, just feel free to say hi and leave a comment for me. If you're watching the replay, hey, just put in that you're watching the replay. I'd love to see that. So my special for this month was, if you spend $50 or more in my online store, you're going to get the supplies to make my festive and fun cards. And this is what those look like. And I showed these in another Facebook Live. But you'll get all of the supplies, all of the paper supplies to make these 4 cards. So everything is pre-cut and scored for you. You will just need your stamps and your ink and anything like that to put these together. So the tutorial for these 3 cards is available on my blog. If you're not subscribing to my newsletters, go there and become a subscriber, and you'll get that tutorial for free. No charge on that at all. But if you want the materials to make those cards, you can either order them yourself and cut those yourself, or place a $50 order with me and you'll get those pre-cut and scored cardstock pieces. Okay, and then my other class that I just announced last week, I am down to my last 2 kits on this. So this class is called Berry Cute, and it is a mega card class. It's only $30 though. And with this class, you get supplies to make 10 different cards. So I'm just going to flip through these really quick so you can see them. And again, on this one, you'll get all of the supplies that you need to make them, and a PDF tutorial to tell you exactly all of those measurements. So really cute cards, and these measure 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. You'll get the envelopes to go with them, and they are decorated also. And we've got a little seal here. There's a little wobble on him too, but I put him down so that I could photograph that. Okay. If you don't want the materials for this and you just want the PDF tutorial, I've got that available too, and the link is also in the description. So that is available too. I've got 2 more kits available. If you want one of those, grab them tonight and I can get those shipped tomorrow for you. All right. So that is what I have for you there. And what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to show you some creative ways of dressing up your Halloween treats. So these are a couple of treat boxes, and I shared these on Instagram a few weeks ago, but this comes from the Tricks and Treats bundle. So it's a stamp set, and then there is the dies that go with it. And this little thing here, you cut 2 of these out from your designer series paper, and that's what creates your little box. And if you want the little holes for your ribbon, there's these little things here. So you've got one for a thicker ribbon and one for a thinner ribbon. It cuts out the Frankenstein and the little vampire. There's a boo, a ghost, and I'm going to show you some cute things with those later, a little haunted house. And then also you've got the little candy corns there. So these are cute little treat boxes, and honestly, even though this is a Halloween set, I think this little treat box would be perfect for any occasion. So this is a great little one to pick up. But again, if you don't have any of these Halloween things that I'm showing, that's okay. Use what you have on hand, because all of these are going to be things that you can do with paper that you've already got, and any stamp sets and anything like that that you have already. So this one, though, is very specific, and again, you would have to have those materials to do that. So, and I can fit quite a few candies in here. So I've got like some little Swedish fish in there, some little Sour Patch Kids. I've got little Kit Kats in this one. I think I fit 4 Kit Kats in this. So those hold quite a bit. So those are kind of fun. Very cute. All right, I'm going to set those aside. And I'm going to show you 2. Again, I showed you the Tricks and Treats. The other stamp set bundle that I'm going to be using that's current is the Bag of Bones. And I'll be showing you some samples that this was made with too. Okay. And one other die set that I have been using on a lot of my projects lately is the Stylish Shapes. Honestly, you can't go wrong with this one. You will use it a lot of different ways. So again, those are really the main products that I used. But the real star of our show tonight is this paper trimmer. We are going to be using it a lot. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is a diaper fold. And I've done this before, but we're going to do it again. Let me find the paper I want to use. So I am going to use this paper with the little bats on it, okay? Bats or cats, I'm not sure. Hard to say. All right, and we're just going to cut this down to 6 inches by 6 inches. So I'm going to turn that the other way. And now this is one of my very favorite treat holders to do, and for any occasion. So this doesn't have to be for Halloween, so don't think of it just like that. If it's too late for Halloween for you, hey, let's start thinking about maybe doing this with Christmas gifts or Thanksgiving. You could even use it for. But for this, I did a TikTok video on it some time ago. But you're going to get a 6x6 piece of paper, any type of designer series paper, and you're going to fold that in half so it looks like a triangle. Then you're going to take this point and move it over to that side to where this is going straight across. That's what you're looking for there. And normally I use my bone folder, but we're going to just use our finger tonight. We are going to make this super, super easy. And then this one comes over here. And this is really where you need that bone folder, is to get that really sharp crease. And so it's flipping like this. So you can see how that is. And then all you do is fold this part down, and then you have a pouch that you can put your treat in. So we didn't use any adhesive. That's one of the reasons I absolutely love this. And we really don't have to do a whole lot of decoration on it. I'm going to show you the finished one that I did earlier. And I just put a little Kit Kat in there, and it says eat, shriek, and be scary. So you could put any little thing on there. And I just used that Stylish Shapes, and then these were from the Bag of Bones, and I think this was from the Bag of Bones also. So just a really quick, you could whip up a bunch of these just sitting and watching TV, and you could whip a bunch of those out, and it's just a really cute way to present a gift. All right, so the other one I'm going to show you is my matchbook treats. And I have shown these, I don't know how many times, so many times over the years, but it truly is one of my favorites to do because it's so simple. It's so easy. You can get 4 of these treats from one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So really it's that easy. So we're going to start and we're going to score. So I'm going to move my cutting blade all the way out of the way. And then the lighter gray is always my scoring blade. And I'm going to start at 3/4 of an inch. And again, I've got my paper in here. This is the 11-inch side. So this is the longer side. And we're going to score that across at 3/4 of an inch. Then we're going to move it up to 4.5 inches, which is right there. Make sure that's right. And we're going to score it across there. And then we're going to score it across at the 5-inch mark. And honestly, these two treats that I'm showing you, these are, for real, the easiest treats you'll ever do. And that's all the scoring you're going to do. Then you're going to turn your paper and you're going to do your cuts. And so you are going to cut this at 2 3/4 inches. And you're just going to keep doing that until you run out of paper. So you're going to get 4 of these from one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And because we did all of our scoring, they're all ready to go. So that's it. That's all we have to do. And then I'm going to have to steal some candy, I think, from one of these. We're going to fold that on all those score lines. And I'm going to grab some Skittles here. And let me run across my craft room real quick, because I think, maybe not. Nope, here it is. Oops. All right. So I'm going to fold this just a tiny bit because I want that all contained in here. And this little flap down here at the bottom, I'm going to fold that in there. I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to use my little stapler towards the bottom edge, towards down here, to put that in. And then when you fold this up, you can tuck that front flap in there and you've got a little matchbook. And then you just decorate the front however you like. So let me show you a couple of samples that I already did. So this is one that I did with the Tricks and Treats. And just, you can see, we just pick that up and put that like there and then tuck it in. And that is that same designer series paper. And you'll see the little face on my candy corn. That was just done with the dies, but the face is from the Taco Fiesta stamp set, and I love using that. That just really makes it look cute. So really quick and easy. These would be great for a classroom treat, anything like that. And then the other one I did is this one right here. And that's with a little combination. That's with the Tricks and Treats also. What you can't tell on this is the glow-in-the-dark paper. And this like immediately sold out when we went live with the holiday catalog, but this is back in stock. So you can get this. And I would just like to have some of this on hand for next year and maybe years to come, because glow-in-the-dark paper, how fun is that? You never know when you might want to use that. So I die cut the boo and the little ghost from glow-in-the-dark paper. And that would be just a super cute little way of presenting that. So those are two really, really easy treat ideas that you can whip up in just a couple of minutes. So hopefully you will give those a try. Now, I decided I wanted to come up with one new one this year. And something that I've been thinking about doing was doing some of the little snack cake packages. So I took a look at these and I was like, how am I going to wrap that up and make that look good for Halloween? So let's make a box for our snack cakes. So of course, if this is not your jam on a snack cake, most of your snack cakes are going to be able to fit in the box that I designed for you. And really, it's very easy also. So we're going to grab our little paper trimmer again. And boxes is just one of those things that somehow I get. I don't know. I'm sure some people struggle with that a little more, but I kind of get it. And I'm going to put this project on my blog tomorrow. So if you don't catch all the measurements, don't worry about that. I will have that on my blog for you tomorrow. But we're going to start with a piece of basic black cardstock, and I'm cutting it to 5.5 inches by 7.5. And I'm going to turn my paper trimmer this way because I'm going to have to open up that extension arm. So when you have to do longer pieces, that extension arm comes in really handy. So hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to cut that at 7.5 inches. And then we are going to score it. So we're going to start on this side and we're going to score at 6 1/4. So let's see here. I'm going to come right up here And the 6 1/4, well, actually, you know what I'm going to do instead? Because it's hard to see where that 6 1/4 is, I'm just going to go 1 1/4 here. And then I'm going to flip it around and do 1 1/4. It's just really hard to see the 6 1/4 line, and I want to make sure we get this right. So I'm going to do 1 1/4 from each end. And really, that's what you're going to do on all the sides, is 1 1/4 inches. So you're going to do it this way, and then you're also going to do it this way. So it should look like just all 4 lines there. So I'm hoping you'll be able to see. It is hard to see with black cardstock, but I don't think I could have made it any easier to see any other way. So I'm just going to go ahead and set that aside because we will use it again. And I've got my box base here. So this is the base of my box, and I'm just going to go ahead and fold that on all those score lines. And then I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to do a few cuts. So I'm going to cut just this one, and I'm just cutting up to where it meets that other score line. And I'll teach you a little trick here, because if you want your box to lay nicely, you actually need to cut this little tiny sliver like this so that it looks just like that. So we're going to do that on each one of those little flaps. We're just going to cut that little sliver. And again, this is what our snack cake, and really you could do any type of treat in this. So it doesn't have to be a sweet treat. You could put something else fun in there, okay? So that is what our base box looks like. And then I am going to use tear and tape because I want that. Oh, I think the tear and tape was holding it down a little bit. So that's going to give us a really strong hold. But you could use any type of strong adhesive, but we're going to put that on all 4 of those tabs. And as usual, this is the part that usually takes the longest. So, but no, anytime I make boxes, I almost always use the tear and tape. And again, if you're on, make sure you say hello. I like to know who's here and see some friendly faces. All right. So now we're going to peel those off. I'm going to go ahead and use my Take Your Pick tool because that just truly makes it so much easier to pick that off. Oops. Looks like I have a gizmo hair on there. I have 3 dogs, but only one of them sheds, but she sheds enough for all 3 of them. All right. So I'm just going to set that up. We're going to adhere that. Just make sure it's pretty flush there. There we go. We're going to do the other side here. This is the most tedious part. Again, we'll get those off of there. Come on. Okay. All right, good. All right, and again, we're just going to pull that in there. And this particular adhesive is not very forgiving, so if you stick it wrong, it doesn't unstick very easily. So there is our base box. All right, so you can see our little treats fit in there just perfectly. Now, the one thing I'm not good at is lids for boxes, but I'm really good at doing wraps around boxes. So that's what I decided to do. I'm going to set that one aside, and we are going to cut a piece of our paper. I'm going to go ahead and use this one, and that way I'm going to have another sample that I can show. And I'll have to decorate this one after our live. But you're going to cut that one to 5 inches by 9.5 inches. And I so wish I could have made that with just one sheet of paper, but unfortunately, I just needed a little more space. All right, so then we're going to score again. And this time, we're using some measurements I don't normally like to use, but I will use in a pinch. So we're going to do 1 3/8. We're going to do 4 1/2. We are going to do 5 7/8. And we're going to do 9 inches. All right. And on this one, I'm just going to fold the little flap here at the end. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on that. And that's the only place you need that tear and tape adhesive. So this one doesn't have a whole lot there. I guess you could use this other side. That's actually kind of cute. You know what? Maybe that's what we'll do. Let's use that side. I like that one. See, sometimes you just end up deciding you want to do things completely differently. All right. And then you've got lots of fold lines here, but I want to use that middle one because if I use that middle one and I just fold it over, I'm going to get that right where I need it. So we're going to use our Take Your Pick tool, peel that adhesive backing off, and then we're going to fold that straight down. Okay. And then we're going to find those other fold lines, and we're going to fold that. So this ends up being a little sleeve for that. So I'm going to just put that. Let's see which ones. I kind of like this side. That's really cool, isn't it? That actually ends up looking perfect. So yeah, we got this little RIP jack-o'-lantern. I really won't have to do a whole lot to decorate this more. I might even just put a little ghosty on there. But let me show you the one that I did, because I kind of souped it up quite a bit. So this is the one that I did earlier today. So I used that bag of bones. I just cut out these two with the dies on the paper so that I didn't have to do much stamping. All the stamping I did was just a little Happy Halloween there. And then I used some of the copper clay ribbon and some of the little glow-in-the-dark bats, which are unfortunately sold out. But my little snack cake is inside there. My daughter already asked if I would send that to school with her on Halloween. So there are my little snack cake boxes. So we've got all different types of treats that you can use for Halloween or really any occasion. So let me know which one was your favorite. And again, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about anything I talked about in the video, feel free to message me. I'm happy to answer. So hope you like the projects, and I will see you next week at 8 o'clock.